Hello, Ray, and boys at home. If you're watching, it's Japan turned 5, and it's 3:31, and the code is sushi. A lot going on here, just a ton. Where the instructions are already sent to Ray. We're taking a sub from 39, hitting this, as well as one fighter from 36, one strat from Taiwan, one tactical bomber from 35. And then everything's landing in Sumatra. There's also a tack up in Manchuria. That's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, landing in Sumatra as well. We're hitting this sub with a destroyer from a sub from 35, destroyer from 34, and then a tack bomber as well. Let's go ahead and get started because this will be a long video unless I start soon. So we'll do 55 first. It's just a sub down there. We have a sub and a destroyer and a tack. So a sub missed, a destroyer hit. You have a 1 or less. There is no less. Anyway, you're gone. And that tack lands back on the carrier it left from in 35. And we have a sub and a destroyer in 55. Next order of business will be 42. So it's a sub, a strat, a fighter, and a tack. Sub at 2 or less, missed. Fighter, 3 or less, hit. That's all we needed to hit. You have to defend, you roll a 3. So you're gone. We have a sub there. And then everything lands in Sumatra. So it's going to be just a fighter, attack. I don't really like that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah. Okay, so we have another attack here. There's a destroyer going from 36, going 1, 2, as well as a fighter and attack from 35. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to land the fighter in Sumatra as well. So, changing those instructions. Anyway, we have a destroyer at 2 or less. We have a fighter. That hit. You have to defend. You roll a 5. So your transport and destroyer are gone. We have a destroyer there as well. Yeah, that's what we meant to do. I'm going to put, like I say, I'm just going to put a tack. I'm going to land a tack in Sumatra from there. We'll land the fighter back on the carrier. We have a tack up in C-Zone 6. That's actually going to fly down to that carrier as well. It's not doing anything else. Next order of business is going to be Kwangsi. 1 infantry, 2 fighters. So 1 infantry, 2 fighters, 1 hit. You have a mechanized and you missed. Rolling like Ray here. Those went 1. I'll decide where they land. 2, 3, 4. There are 3 more movements. I'll decide where they land in a minute. Now we're going to go to Kweichow. Yeah. 2 infantry, fighter, and attack. So 2 at once. We got 1 hit. Fighter, 3 or less. And attack at 4 or less. 1 hit. You have an infantry, and you hit. And you have a tank. Oh, missed. Yeah, 2 hits. So that's 2 hits. And you only lost 1 infantry. And I simply cannot have you... I'm dropping dice here. I don't think I can have you alive. I think I have to kill you. Yeah, because you can cause too many problems. Unfortunately. Well. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I got a... So, fighter, hit. That's a 2. You have to defend. You roll a 3. It's unfortunate. We lose a attack bomber from Taiwan. And then the fighter lands back in Kwangsi. So you're still on that territory, but you're dead. And that's the important thing. We have 2 infantry in Shanghai that are going to Anhui. We have a artillery. I'm sorry. We have a tank that's going to Qinghai. We have a mech that's going to Sakang. Non-combat. Now we have a destroyer going from C-Zone 6 to 16. We have 2 infantry going from Korea into Manchuria, as well as 1 fighter from Japan. We have a carrier that's coming up to 20 and a cruiser that's coming up to 20 from 36, as as well as a carrier from 6 moving down here. So let's just put those here for now. We have a battleship going into 35 and a carrier and 3 transports. There were already 2 transports in there. One of them is going 1, 2, 3 up to Sea Zone 6. There's also a transport in Sea Zone 20 that's going 1, 2 to Sea Zone 6. We have 2 transports in 6 that each grabbing 1 AA gun, and one of them is grabbing an infantry. We're then grabbing 3 more infantry from Shanghai, and we're dropping them in Hong Kong. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 infantry, 1 artillery, 2 AA, and we have a fighter and a TAC that were unused that are landing in Sea Zone 20. That's a fighter and a TAC. We have a fighter in Japan. That's going to come down and land on that carrier as well. So that's full. Yeah. And then we're going to land 1 fighter in the Philippines. And the fighter from Kwangsi is going to go ahead and land in Hong Kong, because I want at least a fighter there. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 infantry, 1 artillery. I'll do a troop count in a little bit, and then 2 AA and a fighter. And I think that's sufficient. Let's go ahead and check this out. Yeah, I think that's about as good as we could do here. Tricky business. Okay, we have a transport that has yet to do anything in 35. It's going 1, 2, 3. It's dropping off an additional infantry and an artillery in Hong Kong. So that's the story there. You can come in with 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm not in love. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put 1 more fighter, the fighter that landed from Kwangsi battle. That's going to go ahead and land in the Philippines as well. Yeah, that should be enough. La, 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 la. Alright, Sumatra, I'm going to change that. I want 1 more TAC bomber on my carrier in that sea zone, so I'm going to have, I'll do a troop count next, but I think we're going to be okay. Actually, I'm going to make it a fighter that's going to land after that battle in here, and I'm going to land 2 TACs in Sumatra. That's just a better call. 1, 2. Yeah, no, that's not a good idea. I want a 4 for a defensive role. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just 1 fighter and 1 TAC. Okay, so anyway, it's a 8-minute, 53-minute video, and I'll do a separate troop count after.